What's up, B2? Capital G here. Got another great duel for you guys to check out. This is a David versus Goliath classic matchup where you have one deck that is obviously super meta relevant in Goki. Then you have another deck at the bottom that is not so much so. Maybe you could say low tier for life, table 500 or more casual. This was best described to me as new Archfiends, which I guess, it's kind of a thing now, I guess. I mean, there are a lot of high level monsters in this opening hand, all of them being level 8, so shout outs to the trade-in plays, which trade-in is in the opening hand as well. I used to think that this card Archfiend Call was pretty much just complete garbage, but when you combine it with Archfiend's Eris, which is obviously going to be in here if the deck is called New Archfiends, it does kind of work, and Archfiend's Eris is kind of the card that holds this deck together. Now luckily there is a normal summon in this hand, despite the fact that everything is level 8. That would be this guy right here, the Archfiend Emperor. This card is kind of similar to like Master Hyperion, except you can normal summon it. Its stats get cut in half in that instance, but it does it has removal, but it is going to be destroyed during the end phase. So generally you want to get this card off the board. Maybe you can trade it in. Now this deck is kind of predicated on going second, letting your opponent potentially establish a board, and then being able to kind of crack that with things like Goes in Match and other floodgate cards. Also lose one turn is being played in this deck if you do happen to go first. Now Goki are in a position where he can probably extra link incredibly easily with this hand. All you really have to do is get the XM Saber or MX Saber Invoker, then go to Isolde, and at that point it's pretty much just off to the races. You're going to use your copy of Rematch, and you get where you need to go from there. So Goki are popping off, and Goki are pretty much going to be unopposed. Whenever you're playing Goki and you don't feel like you're going to run into a hand trap, pretty much the world is your oyster at that point. You can just do whatever you want. So he's going to go for Nightmare Goblin. That can get you an additional normal summon. I don't even think he actually needs it, because if he gets Firewall Dragon on board, then you just constantly use Firewall Dragon's special summon ability. There is your Firewall Dragon. He's going to go for Nightmare Mermaid, and yeah, you don't even need to use Nightmare Goblin's second effect to get that additional normal summon, although I think actually he might be using it, so maybe I'm mistaken. But anyways, he's going to also just get a whole bunch of cards into his hand. Goki's float, so obviously there's pretty good. Now he is going to use Ibli. Ibli is such an annoying card. I'm thinking about running Nightmare Mermaid in my Ultra Geist, just in case my opponent does kind of Ibli me, so I can get the card off the board. Best of all, his extra link is going to include Trigate Wizard, so he's going to have a little bit of negation. I believe that is heel turn, Goki face turn. All right, whatever. I think the name in the OCG was heel turn, but whatever. Doesn't really make that big of a difference. So there's your extra link turn 1 with Goki. He still has like 4 cards in hand, which is pretty disgusting when you can go +4 turn 1 and then still have like all of these monsters on board. Actually, no, I'm sorry, my math is wrong, because he has 6 monsters on board. So he went +5 and he has 6 monsters on board, and every single thing on this entire field is co-link. So that's obviously not a good, that's just really bad for your opponent. Now, luckily, my man in his new Archfiend build does happen to have that Lava Golem, but he has to get the Ibli off the field first. And actually, no, you know what? If he was playing Mermaid, it wouldn't matter, because there are no extra monster zones open. So yeah, I guess the Mermaid wouldn't even matter. So this should have been pretty much a free duel, but he ends up taking some damage. He's going to go Lava Golem. Trade in, trade in, trade in. Was that 3 trade-ins in a row? Yes, it was. Oh, baby, a triple. Wow, this duel is even better than I thought. Foolish Burial for Archfiend Eris to get you a monster. And then, man, watch this. This is actually going to be disgusting. Take that damage from Lava Golem. He's going to go Suplex, and then the Goes in Match and the lose one turn. Get wrecked. And I just don't know what you're going to do at that point. He's going to go for Archfiend's Call. He's going to discard an Eris. He's also going to get back his Emperor, which will not destroy itself and has a 2,000 booty. I think his opponent, after all of this, just lost his will to live, and he just says, I am out of here, Cap G. I don't think that he had a way of being able to destroy Emperor, let alone the fact that he is playing under lose one turn, and he's playing under Goes in Match. The Goes in Match was really, in my opinion, what was going to restrict him. I mean, I guess he could have gone for, could you link summon into a link 4 that's like an Earth monster? I mean, I don't know what that card would be, but maybe that's what you go for, and just hope that that monster can do the work, because it can still attack, it can't go into defense mode. But I think he saw all of that, and he was like, I'm not sure that I actually have a way of getting over this 2,000 defense monster and he ends up getting scooped. You're not supposed to lose when that happens, man. When you have the Ibli plus an extra link plus a Tri-Gate Wizard, you're not supposed to lose in that situation. But when your opponent goes Lava Golem into triple trade in into Archfiend Eris, like, you're pretty much going to be able to get the perfect hand at that point. And he just got all the floodgates that he needed, and that was pretty much a wrap. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that short little duel. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.